Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so how's your health now?
Getting there. Still has the bits of still have the bits of the sickness, but yeah, sure, I can so we can continue our lesson for today.
Okay, so did you have a fever?
Yeah, I have a fever for a few days.
Sore throat also?
Yeah, sure also.
Oh, okay. Is it a kind of COVID?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, okay. My best wishes to recover fast.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Daniel, let me understand from you, how was so far your discussion with your sister? Did you reach any conclusion yet from this your discussion with her?
I didn't discuss the things with my sister because I wouldn't get the right answer from her, but I did discuss with her teacher.
Okay. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, yeah, tell me, please.
Okay, so the teacher says that mostly the Down syndrome is mostly is a hands-on type of students. So I need to make sure that I can make sure that the students can learn to use the computer because mostly all of them are tech savvy and making sure that there's not do not have so much interface. So for
Must be
during this
simple.
must be simple interface.
Okay.
So if I want to do that, so if I want to do the student page, I need to make sure that it's simple as possible so that
Mm-hmm.
they won't get distracted when they're doing the work. So I need to find some way when they're using the laptop, they could just I could start a program activity program where they just have to I'm using English, right? I'm just using one of the syllabus and put them like a matching type game inside the system. I think that's possible if I can do that. Uh, I think that's possible if I can do that.
Okay.
And it will be a better encouragement and it will actually ease the paper-based system that they are using right now at the school.
Okay. So actually, was you hearing me just now? Did you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I hear you.
Okay, that's quite strange because yeah. Okay. That is quite interesting input. Um, okay. So the first thing that I would recommend that we start with the project is that we start with the database. So the database actually will tell us um, where what UI that we should build on top of the database. So let me just try to share with you an initial idea of what could be possible to actually do. Uh, you are still not seeing my screen yet. Wow, that's quite strange. Hmm. Okay, you can see now, right?
Yeah, I can see.
Okay. So do you know what does database schema means?
The scheme of what the database would look like, right?
Yeah,
Or
actually the collection of the tables and the relations between different tables. Okay. So let me see here if I'm able to let me see if I can give you a bigger so okay, let me just summarize and then maybe later we go into the okay. So we need a different tables to be able to to carry on and to store different information. So we need a users table. So can I think you are able to see my screen, right?
Yeah, I can see your screen.
So, okay, that will manage all the user accounts and including students, parents, teachers, and admins, and control the access based on the user type. So it means that so I will tell you the table. Here there is information about what the table consists. So what kind of columns you need to put inside. Okay. So this is an initial idea that, um, but of course, by improving and working on the project, then we will start to discover that maybe we need to add more columns or to even modify the columns or to add more tables. So, okay, that is the initial thing. And then the second thing is that we would like to have a table just only for the student to store student information, including the level of Down syndrome, even link the students with parents, parents, and we even can store their login credentials here. So that is one of the things. Parent also should contain information about the parent himself, um, allowing them to monitor the performance of activities of the children. Teachers table, and that will allow them to manage teacher details, including subject expertise and contact information, for example. And then, okay, we start to have a lesson information table, and that store lesson related tables like title, category, content, maybe possible like file passes for videos or documents, um, exercises. So that will contain information about every exercise. The point here that every exercise will, so from my investigation, but since you already spoke to a teacher, most of the question that is provided to them is a multiple choice question. So they are not given an open-ended question that they need to write. That's what I understand. But you need to
Yeah.
investigate more.
No,
Um,
actually, mostly when I see them doing the English, they're doing the English activities for like the children between the age that is starting to learn English. They started to repeat the exercise they're using, and mostly there are not multiple choice question, but pictures based questions.
aha, okay, that's interesting. So
So
yeah, okay.
So what I was thinking of using is that if the teacher start entering the exercise,
Mm-hmm.
and when they enter the answers, they just like take the picture from a file, just upload it, and then the exercise will generate based on the teacher's fill in.
I didn't get you 100%, but what I was so so okay. To me, I was thinking, but again, maybe you need to confirm that with the teacher. I was thinking of putting the exercise, not doing the upload and download questions format. So I was thinking about so maybe the teacher can put the questions in a text Excel sheet, and then this Excel sheet is converted to comma separated um, uh, file. So did you hear about CSV before?
CSV. Yeah, I heard about it.
Okay, so that is one possibility. But of course, if you're talking about images, that will, I think this needs some thinking, because my initial ideas was to give them multiple choice questions. So
Mhm.
this I think that needs some more work to work. And so maybe this exercise table need to have some improvement, because
Okay,
like I
so
told you, yeah, okay.
Okay, so maybe the question the teachers can put, okay, we can do the multiple choices questions, but when the question puts, they can put the picture or the words. Like they can give the option between the two. Is that possible?
I think it is possible, but then if you're talking about images, we have to think how are we going to get the images from the teacher? This is the only confusing thing. So will the teacher link the images somewhere and then maybe provide the link inside the Excel sheet so that you are able to automate that? So it is easy if the teacher put the questions and the choices in an Excel sheet, and then you are able to upload it. And once you upload it, the system will import that questions into the database, and then it will show it to the students later. But then if you include images, we need to know how we can get the images from the teacher. So typically it's very time consuming if the teacher need um, to upload each image one by one. That will be 4 images for each question, so that's a lot. But what we need to think about, if the teacher is able to load all the images one shot in one place, and then but name them in a proper way, maybe some part for that related to the exercise, another part maybe some underscore part of the question of the name of the image related to the question number, and then maybe another part that is related to the choice itself. So every question, so let's assume that during the semester they have 10 exercises. Let's assume like that. So if I want to say that this image belongs to which exercise and which question, so I would say ex1, so that underscore, and then question maybe 10 underscore, and then maybe I say A, for example. So it means that if we put it this way, if you put every image name like that, so this is just a GPG image. So if we get the exercise and then the question number and then the choice that this image will appear on. So typically if you have a question here and this is a question text, so let's assume this is question 10. This is the question text. And then you have A, B, C, D. And instead of having text here, we're putting images. So each image will appear in specific place. So if I look here, I will know that this belongs to this place. So this image will actually appear in this place. So if I have another image that is having B, so that I'm able to list that image in that place. So that will be some effort from the teacher, that she have to rename the images in this way, but this is the only way. So she have to rename the image and she have to include the path where we are able to actually download and show that image in this place. So she can either upload them in, sorry again.
No, just cough. That's all.
Okay, so sorry. Okay, so we can, if we, I mean, I've tried before just normal uploads, but I didn't try before bulk uploads. So maybe if we are able to ask the teacher to zip all the images and then we upload them, and then internally you unzip it using your code, and then so that will be some work to do. But I don't think that this is some feature that is that you need to immediately do in your current project. So I would say that you can put it on a maybe future features, because typically even in the master thesis they will always say that there is a list of improvements that you can do. So at the start, let us focus about that the teacher, so the teacher just put the link, so the CSV file typically looks like this. Okay, so let's talk about this. The last thing is maybe link for images. Maybe here is exercise number. Maybe here it is a question number. I don't know if we need to put something here or not, but we need maybe 4 links for 4 different images, and they need to be, all the images need to be named like that. So for question 1, sorry, for exercise 1, question 10, we need to have A, B, C, and D images. Did you understand what I'm trying to tell you, or it's a bit hard?
No, I understand question.
Okay, but again, that is far away from us at the moment.
Mm.
We need to focus first on first, yeah, you need to make the tables. That's one thing, and then you need to start to building part of the UI. First, I would recommend making the UI for the login and student registration. So the login typically will have possibly two places to put username and password. And this just use a simple page that can accept username and password, and then maybe have 2 possible link. You can try login. Sorry, I apologize, not link. A button. So you need to have a button for login. Just simple page, have 2 place to enter username and password, and you press here login, and then you have the ability to show that if these 2 username and password is correct or wrong. Maybe you need to show some information.
So add a pop-up, right?
Pop-up also can. So when I start doing a project, I don't care about the nitty perfection at the start. I need things to work out first. So pop-up also acceptable. If you want to make just a text, so you can put some text space where, and you make it empty always, and then if they put login or press login, and then it doesn't find any information, so you start to add text here that is a wrong password or wrong username and so on. That is one way. If you find it's so easy to just pop up, also can do it pop up first, and then we work on improvement later. So we need to make to build the project parts as fast as possible. Improvement, you can work on it later, once you get all the project parts working and fine, because there is a lot of project details. So we don't want to waste time on unnecessary thing. You cannot, I mean, nobody will be celebrating you putting a very nice UI and then part of the project is not finished. Okay, so yeah, we put priority for finishing the parts of the project. So first, screen for login screen. And then second, we would talk about user registration screen. So that is your first 2 steps. So, but of course, these 2 UI, this is the 2 UI tasks that you have to do. These 2 UI will only have meanings if you have the tables ready, especially the users table. Okay, so in combination, I mean, together with the UI, have to actually work with the database. So let me just finish the part here, talking about the score. Actually, even we don't need to talk about the score table at the moment, but just I would prefer if you start to touching the database that you create all the tables one shot. Okay, so the score table is actually tracking the scores for every exercise. Although the exercise table will carry the correct answer and the answer of every the answer of the students, so it will carry both the student answer and the correct answer, and of course the other choices and so on. Also, what I read about Down syndrome, that sometimes it is good that for the teacher to actually monitor if before every exercise, maybe they create a video for the student, and then they need to make sure that the student watch the video before even. So maybe it is a lesson video, maybe it is a video about the exercise before they start solving the exercise. So this is what we talk about in the lessons table. So you put some documents, you put some videos. Most probably these people will only tolerate to see videos, since maybe their attention span is quite low. So maybe it's very hard for them to read documents. So it will be images or videos, but you need here to be able to so that lesson will actually list what kind of lesson that they have the teacher can list for the student. But then you need to track what every student actually listened to, or what is his progress. So that is I still did not plan for yet. So this lesson is only to list possible videos that you are able to put for your students. Okay, we will talk about that later. Let's focus first. So scores will carry the score for every exercise, specifically when you tie it or relate it to the student, to every student individually. Okay, so okay, what is the content of every table? um, but so far, did you catch anything from what I'm saying?
Yeah, I catch. I catch what you're trying to say.
Okay, 60% or more?
More. I think.
Okay, okay. So again, I think I have to, maybe I have to look here. Okay, I think you can see my screen.
Yeah.
So okay, that is the table users. And then, okay, so you have a user under the, you have columns like user ID, name, username, password, and type. Okay, so that is for the user. So when you register a user, most probably that you actually need to store that here. So that is one of the choices that we store. We compare the username and the password for every registration here. And so that is one possibility. But just for you to note, we only have a name, right? And we have to think then, if we want to actually register a teacher or a parent or a student, so how are we going to list that? So this is a user table that carries a password and username that your login UI will use. But then when you this is, I leave it for you thinking first. So I mean, not the username, and not the username or login page that is already decided, that you have to use that table to query that table, to be able to see if the username and the password is actually correct or not. This is in the login page. But then you have another page. So this is the login page that typically will query that table. But then when you talk about registration page, so typically registration, then you taking new information like name, and maybe you ask the username for the user, you ask him to put a password for himself, and then maybe you will ask him, is he a teacher or a student or even a parent that is trying to register. um, so that is one thing. So that will actually need you to think, will you use the user table here, because again, if you use the user table, the password still saved in the user table, not in the teacher. The teacher table carry different information, and the student also only have a student ID, um, and maybe first name, last name, possible student pass. Maybe this information is not so important that we don't really need to create a specific table for it. So that is also, again, you have to think and let me know about that. Do we really need to make a table for the student and for the teacher, or we
Mm.
are or it is enough for us to actually use um, a user table like that? Okay.
I I think we should have a teacher and parents table, but the user can we put the options if the register user will be who uh will be who, student, teacher, or parents. Can we do it like that if possible?
We can try like that first. Yes, yes, we can try like that first and see. Yalla, I think maybe we can try like that first and see if it works for us or not. um, typically in every system, let me see, they allow so I think, let me try to remember that. um, for every system that or platform that you register on, let's assume that we're talking about Shopee, not this platform anymore. If you're talking about Shopee, uh, they 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 represent you on the Shopee with a profile. So most probably, most of the people does not care about filling in the profile, right?
Hmm.
So your profile, you are able to upload an image for yourself. You are able to list your username, your full name, your address, and maybe your mobile number, and so on, right? So
Yeah.
this profile, you are not able to represent it only in the user table.
Hmm.
You need another table to be able to represent it here. Okay, so that so a teacher will need a profile table. That is a table that carry all the details. So you can make another table that can work for the teacher, for the parents, for everybody, that carry the profile information of a parent, um, the teacher, or even for the student. So, but here, this is a table that talk mainly about username and password, and that will be used for the login. So if you want to make a profile for every teacher, or for every parent, that is also possible. But I would say that this is an optional that we don't really need to focus on at the moment. We can do it as an improvement later. So we can go on with your idea as a start, okay? Just to save time. I don't want the time runs away from you without you working and going deep into the important topics of the project, which is really showing that your system can help Down syndrome. If your system can help Down syndrome people, it means that um, you cannot fail. They cannot make you fail in the project because you are providing something that is really proven to be useful. And I would say it will really help that after you make a system, that you take it and maybe record the teacher opinion about what you did. If you record such a thing and they like what you are providing, or even if they provide feedback, and then you go and work about fixing this feedback, believe me, it is very hard for your professors to actually reject what you are doing, because again, we are not talking about only technological advance here. We are talking about solving a real problem using technology. And if you manage to achieve that, if you manage to make the teacher say that this can be useful, she find it useful somehow, and she say good words about you, and you record it somehow with the teacher permission, of course, that will be some strong part that will show that you have taken an extra step actually to get your system proven, because again your professor have no knowledge about Down syndrome, and I mean I don't want them to question what you are doing, because if they question, then and you presented them with the interview, or with even the review from the teacher, so this means that what they are saying is useless. I mean, what they're saying that they are not able to argue about that, because the expert who is knowing about the subject expert who know about Down syndrome already tell his opinion. So their opinion about Down syndrome part will be actually somehow useless. So they will argue with you in other parts, but they will never question that your system is beneficial for Down syndrome or not. So that part you will already close every possible question from their side. Okay. So did you catch what I'm saying to you?
Yeah, I catch.
Okay. So is it difficult what I'm saying?
No, it's possible.
Okay. So did you know now what is your current task to do?
Yeah, to create the table and
Yes.
and the login page and the registration page.
Okay. I will pass you this 2 pages here, and then let, once you create that login page, we can discuss. So again, are you able to start writing? So of course you have to do the UI, and you have to come up with the PHP part of it, right?
Yeah,
So okay, if you are able to create your database, so I would say start with naming your database as DP Learning. So this is the name of your database inside MySQL. Okay, and then you can use the tables here as this, or to me, when you use TPL, that's actually slightly confusing. So I would say just remove this TPL, don't use it, and use users or teachers or exercise or lesson and so on. Okay, so this is the database name, this is a table inside, and then you have to build in the columns and so on. Okay, so far clear?
yeah, it's clear.
Okay, that's actually good. Okay, it's a good start. Um, did you have a chance to do your homework?
Yeah, I did, but I think I did it wrong.
No problem. Okay, that is a strong that is a strong exercise actually. So it's okay. I mean, just share with me, please, what you did, and then we discuss about it.
Okay, sure. Can you see my screen?
Not yet. It takes some time. So can you tell me? Can you summarize to me what was the code about? What was the exercise about?
The code is about finding the prime number.
Okay. So what numbers did you use to test that function, that method?
To test the function. 6.
6. Okay. Okay. So what is the prime numbers? Is it 6 a prime number?
No, 6 is the odd number.
And then what about 7?
7 is a prime number.
Okay. And if you want to test if a number is prime or not, so what do you need to do?
I need to.
But the code actually, the code provided you with everything, right? I mean,
Yeah,
I did provide you with the whole code.
yeah, this one.
Okay. Okay. So what this code do actually in your? I mean, can you explain this code?
So this code takes in the prime number, we put in the main string,
Okay.
and then it uses the if format.
Okay.
If the number that was given, its number was given is less or equals to 1, it will return as false. But we also use the for format
Okay. Why we need to use a for loop?
followed because there are a lot of numbers to make sure that we didn't include the odd number. Because sometimes if we use less or equals to 1, so that when the number that we use return return as false. Is that
Okay.
correct?
Let me not so accurate, but a good try from your side. I would say that okay. So if we have one, okay, we know that okay. So we actually we don't consider that as a prime. So that's why he returned false. So if you have one or less, he considers that not as a prime, and he exit. Okay, and he start here from 2. So why does he start from 2? So if you have your number as 7, so your loop will run from I equal 2 until I equals 7. Am I right?
Yeah.
If you put here 7 like that. So okay, but why we need to run like that? So what is the statements, or what is the condition that we are checking here? Are you able to tell me what is the purpose of that condition?
The condition is that so that when we divided a certain number, it doesn't have a remainder.
So if it doesn't have a remainder, it means what?
If it doesn't have the remainder, it means it's a prime number. It's an odd number.
It's if it doesn't have a remainder, it means that it's an even number.
Yeah, it's even number. Sorry.
Even, not odd. So
Even.
okay, so if it is even, it means that it is divisible by I. So okay, now okay, let me not put 2, although the first will be. So if you have I here, and then I starting from 2, if you try to, if this is 6, and then no, let me not confuse. Okay, put 7 here like that. So okay, and let us put here, assume my number is 6 like you already put, and then you put I here. So I would like to tell you this if condition will fail if this I become 2, which is your starting point. So why? Do you know why? If I put here 2, this will actually get executed, and it will make this to return false. Do you understand what this means?
Yeah.
What does it mean?
It means that it's not a prime number, right? Return as false.
Yes, it is not a prime number. So if this is an even number, which means that it will be divisible by 2, which means that if you take the remainder of this kind of division, it will be 0, because the division 6 divided by 2 equals 3, and there is 0 remainder. So it means that we will return false, and we'll say that this is not a prime number. So it means that if you put 8 here, if you put 10, if you put 12, all of those will actually will not survive this if statement. They will all return false. So only if you put 3, if you put 5, if you put 7, if you put possibly 9, but even 9 will not survive, because 9, once I becomes 3, so if you put here 9, and then you say the I not become 2, if it becomes 3, so that if statement will be true, You know why?
Yeah. Wait, 9
If you
plus
divide
2.
9 by 3.
It will return false, right? Because 9 can be divided by 3.
Yes, but so if it is divided by 3, it will return true because it will be equal. The remainder is 0. There is no remainder.
Oh, yeah.
So it means that that will return false. So 9 is not a prime number. 11, yes. So what I want to say is that this if statement will make you get rid of all the even numbers, and it will make you get rid of some numbers like 9. So this number is always fixed, which is 7 in your case. You would divide that. So in this case, let's talk about this case. So first of all, are you still following up with me, or you get lost already? I need to simplify or start slowly.
Uh, I can follow up with you.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Okay. So we agreed before that if you get lost, ask me to slow down. Sometimes I move a little bit faster. Okay. So okay. We know that this for loop will run from 2 until 7 because here this is the condition, right?
Yeah,
So he
correct.
say I less than or equal 7. So okay, it means that this if statement will actually run against this kind of numbers. So we will run it. This is the values of I, and this is our number. So okay, it will run 2, and then it will get incremented and become 3, and then it will become 4, it will become 5, and it will become 6, and it will become 7. So from 2 until 7, this number is fixed. I will always get incremented from 2 to 3, 3 to 4, and so on. So okay, then now we have to check, is that equal 0? So none of them will get actually true. All of them will be false. So all of these test condition, we will never see here 0 because that is an odd number that is not divisible by 2, not divisible by 3, not by 4, not by 5, not by 6, not by 7. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. So my question now, if you divide 7 um, if you divide 7 by 7, what is going to be the result? What is going to be here coming out? Is it will return false or it will return true at the end?
7 divided by 7, right?
Mm,
Will return false.
you sure? Can you run then, please? Can you show me? I want you to here put a print statement that first yeah, put a print statement that show me the division here. So I want to see the result even before the if statement. So put a print statement that show me the result of this kind of division or even remainder before it get before the if statement.
No. I Is this what you're looking for, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So put for me a print statement before this return a false. I want to see that print out. No. This is not what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for I. I'm looking for that you put number. Remainder I. I want to see that result here. Yes. Okay. Yes, I want to see that. And then you come here. You put another print statement that you say that number. Put number is not prime.
Like this, right?
Yep. So, okay, it means that this is the result. Okay, can I know, please? Can you put for me here also? I would like to relate that result with I. So tell me in this here. So put I equal, and then plus I, and then um, you put dash and remainder like that, and then you put your last part. So this part will come to be at the end. I would like to get a double quotation here, and you put I inside. I would like to see for every output here that I see, I need to know the number of I that appears to me. Do you understand, or are you confused?
A little bit confused. There's so many lines.
Okay. So can you list this? Need to convert it to I like that, and you set plus I, and then you add one more double quotation dash remainder, and then you put the number with I. So you have to put here plus so that it works. Do you understand now what you need to add? This part, you need to add it here before.
Okay, okay. No, stop. Okay. Like this, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, I think about it.
Okay, what can you understand from the output here, please? But you forgot the dash here, I believe. So I put dash here. Here. Mm-hmm.
Stuck.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now, what can you understand from what you are seeing here at the moment?
Okay, what I'm seeing here is it shows the number of I
Mm-hmm.
for each, and then it shows it divided by the number.
We are not dividing, we are getting the remainder.
We're getting the remainder of the number. And we can see here we're getting the remainder of 1, 1, 3, 2, 1, and 0.
So when it is 0, it means that it will return false, right?
Yeah.
That's why we see here number is not prime, right?
Yeah.
So it means that when it is 7, so where are you calling this? So you're calling it with a 7. So 7 is a prime number or not?
7 is a prime number.
So why is it returning false?
Hmm. Maybe because it counted the last number here, and then when it goes to 0, it returns false.
So should we return? So this makes the condition maybe need modification, because if you say that I less than or equal number, so it make me question then. Actually, should we test? Should we make that less than or equal, or remove the equal? Because if you put equal, it means that it will test. It will test 7 if it is have a reminder when it is division by itself. But we know that we already know what for sure two things, that a prime number is only divisible by 1 and by itself. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's correct.
So do we need to test the number when it is divisible by itself? We know that 7 is a prime number, but our function now is returning false. It is telling us that the number is not prime, which is not correct. So it means there is something need checking or no?
I think we have to change. It's less than number, so it didn't count the last number.
Okay.
So that when it returned, because what we did is when we divided by the I equals equals to 0, it means it will count as the last one and says that the number is not a prime. But we know that it's a prime because it can divisible by its own number and it will return nothing.
Okay. Can you please modify and let me know what is the outcome now?
Yeah, you return nothing. So it's true.
Okay. Now, may I know one thing? Does it make any sense? Does it make any sense to you that we actually check? Okay, I would like to check one thing to you. So, do you see that we are increasing the value of the I until it reaches 6?
Yeah.
Okay, that is excellent. So, if I have 7, do you think that if I divide it by 4 and above, will it ever get me a number that is not that is equal 0, for example?
No, you will get the remainder.
It will. So every number above 4 will give me always a remainder, right?
Yeah.
Why?
Because when we divide it by anything other than 7, it will return a remainder.
Okay, no, let me frame it in another way. If you have 6, okay, if you divide 6 by 4, will you have a remainder or no?
I will have 2.
Okay, now let me say it in another way. If I have 3, if I put here 3, 3 is half of 6, right?
Yeah.
Okay, if I divide it by if I divide it 6 by 3, it is having a remainder or no?
No.
If
No.
I increase now the 3 to become 4, so now I will say that any number above half of of uh, any number that's here, above half of our number that we want to check it is prime or not, there is no point in testing the division or the remainder of it. Any number that is more than half will definitely have a remainder. Am I right? So
Yeah.
it's not worth checking, is it? Am I saying a correct thing here?
Yeah, you're saying the correct thing. It's not worth checking.
Because if I divide 6 by 5, definitely it will also have a remainder, because it cannot be any number that is above the half. So if you say you divide 6 maybe by 2, like that, okay, there is a chance that yes, we will be happy. I mean, that will be 0, right?
Yeah.
And also here 0. But anything that is above half of this number definitely will get a decimal, will have a remainder, because even you divide 6 by 4, also it will have a decimal number, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it means that we can save our computing power. We can improve this function by saying that we don't really need to run this loop above half of the number. Am I right? Does it make sense like that?
Yeah. It makes sense.
How can you do that? How can you improve the for loop so that
Hmm. Okay. Yeah.
but did you understand the condition, or I need to repeat it again? The condition, if you understand the condition, you're able to put it in a programming language. But if you don't understand, then it will be very hard. Tell me, do you understand the condition that I explained just now?
Not really. Maybe bits of pieces here and there.
Okay. So, okay.
Hmm. Okay, what can I do for you?
If you have a prime number that is 11, okay, um, I would actually put here like that, and I would like you to tell me what is the output from this remainder operation.
Hmm.
What is the output here?
The first one is 1.
Mm-hmm.
The second one is
Mm-hmm.
8. Second one is 8.
Second one is 8, sure.
Uh, uh,
What is the nearest number that we can multiply by 3?
2, 2. Sorry, the remainder is
Excellent,
2.
excellent, excellent. Okay, yeah. Next.
3.
Checking in. What is the number that we can multiply by 4, but still closest to 11 without exceeding 11? If you multiply 4 by 3, it will give us 12.
Yeah.
If you multiply 4 by 2,
give us 8.
8. And then from 8 to 11 is 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What else?
5, 1,
Okay. And 6?
6, 5,
Okay. Okay.
4.
Can you
Uh,
run? Can you put here 11 and see what is the output that you're getting?
yeah, sure.
Now go up. Did you get here 5? Like you said, you get correct, right? 7, correct. And this is, I repeat it. Okay. So now 8, you will get 3 or no?
Yeah, I get 3.
Here 2?
Yeah.
And here?
1.
Okay. So may I know, so where is, when we divide 11 by 2, what is the result? Division, not remainder.
5.
Are you sure 5 or 5.5?
Oh, sorry, 5.5.
Okay, excellent. So where here, can you locate for me from this kind of division that we have done or remainder operation we have done, where we can say that we are above half of 11? This is half of 11, right?
Yeah.
This is half of our number. Am I right? Where here?
Yeah.
Where exactly here? So if we say 1, 2, 3, at which place here from these 3 numbers, 3 operations, we are exceeding half of 11, which is 5.5. I'm not talking about you, about the result. I'm talking about the numbers. These numbers is increasing, 4, 5, 6. These numbers come from what? It's produced by the eye. This is your eye. Your eye is increasing from 2 until the numbers that you decide here. What is the numbers that you decide here? It is a number that is less. This is your last eye. This is a number that less than 11. This is your condition that you're putting, right? And
Yeah.
that's why you're getting here 10, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. So, okay, if the numbers of I change from 2 until 10, my question to you, where is the half? Where are we able to say that we are exceeding the half now?
When
Can we say here that we are already exceeding the half at this point?
Yeah.
Okay. So I would say that when you exceed half of this, so when you divide half by 2, okay, so like I said, this is a half. There is no chance that any number here that you divide it, you divide it even by 11, it will get you a number that is have no remainder. Every number that comes from this and above will actually have a remainder, because it is already more than half of this number. So it means that if you manage to find a smart way to reduce or to change this condition, so that you never exceed, you never run the full loop above 5.5.
Okay, so I need to okay. Yes. I need to change the number here, right?
Yes, change it, please.
So, 3, less uh, half. I can make it like this, and this follow will just divide it only by 5. Yeah. I get the answer. 5 equals less than this. So
May I know what is confusing you?
I'm trying to find the right combination.
Okay.
Uh,
Are you able to, outside the loop, are you able to write, um, to do this division and to save the result of this division in a new variable?
no, not yet. Um, hmm,
So I want you to avoid confusing yourself. So this I less than is already fixed. Don't touch here. This is already fixed. Fixed format. Don't touch it. Okay.
okay.
What you need to change is the value here. Okay. So at the moment your value is number. But I'm telling you, you don't need to run until number. You don't need to run until 10. You need to run until half of that. So how you get half of that? Can you do the
Divide.
division? Yes, divide. Yes, definitely. But it's better
Mhm.
to make it a clean division outside here first and save that in a variable, and maybe you put the variable. Do you understand what I'm saying, or I need to simplify it?
Yeah, yeah. Understand. The um, okay.
Call it half. Just half.
Half number is the number divided by 2, right?
Yes, correct. Yes.
And it is yeah.
Okay, try to run, please. What values of I you see here?
4, the last one.
Do we consider anything above 5.5, right? So it means that this 5 should be included in our I, right? So,
Yeah.
but what you're getting here for, how can we improve that? How can we change? We extend our loop to run until 5. How we can do that? Any idea?
Um,
Excellent, excellent. Yes, excellent. Yes, correct answer. Okay. Okay. So now I want you to test the new improvement to your function. Can you please pass to me here something like, okay, pass it 13 and tell me if it gets true, returns to you true or false. I want you to put that number in a print statement so that we know it returned false or true. Sorry again.
Oh no, just cough. With the cough.
Okay, sorry.
Mhm. Couldn't-
Just put the whole thing here. Just move it inside. I want to see which when I pass it a number, it returns true or false. The only way is to print it out. Remove that, please. Yeah. I mean, yeah. So run on 13 and then pass it another 17 and then 19.
which has no second.
Any issue so far?
Okay, two.
Wait, you put is prime inside is prime. What is that?
Okay, okay. Let us see. Okay. So you want 13, 17, and 18, right?
Yes. So which one is returning true for us? Is it 17 or 18 or even 19?
It's 13 and 17 is written true. 18 written false.
Okay, so 18 is not prime, right?
Yeah, not one.
Okay, so so far it means that we have tested. Okay, if you can you pass 5 instead of 13 or even instead of 18? Can you pass 5?
Yeah, plus one.
Okay, so all is prime, right? So it
Yeah,
means that even with the new modification, we tested that our function is working properly, right?
yeah, correct.
Okay, now off, please, I would like to share with you something that is a very important concept that I would like you to always use in the current project. So this is, so I want you to make a function and you have to think about it in the coming next time coming 15 minutes. I want you to build a function that able to sort three numbers. So if I pass you, so this is a function, okay? You need to actually, if you have 10, and then maybe 9, and possibly 7. So this is the three numbers that I want to give to this function. These three numbers, I want them sorted out, sorted in a way that the result should be 7, 9, and 10. So there is a difficult way and there is a short way. The short way is to create something called helper functions. A helper function is a function that takes two things. It does a simple operation for me. A simple operation in this case, for example, is that you give it two numbers, and it will return back to you the biggest number or the highest number. So this is one possibility. So just let me explain the concept or the benefit here. This is very important for your project. Why? Because if you always build helper functions to do simple things for you that is keep repeating in your code, you will have actually a shorter time in writing your code or finishing your project. If you don't write helper functions, it means that your functions will be big. If I write helper function, I'm able to write this code or achieve that code in less than 5 lines. If I don't write a helper function, it means that I'm going to write at least 9 or 10 lines, at least. And maybe you're not able to get it correct also. So a helper function will save you time and will save you number of lines that you need to write in every function. So it will make your functions less code and simpler. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
Okay, if you understand, I would like please that you start writing this method, because again, it does not only touch our Java, it touch a concept that we want to do. And you also need to know about one thing. When we're talking about the project, um, although I did tell you what you need to start with, but the skill that I want to actually you to learn is that um, if you have a project, you need to actually start with the critical path. A critical path means that part of the project, if you didn't start with, you are not able to do anything else. So if you did not decide the users and the user did not start to log in, and you did not know the user is a student or a teacher or a parent, then you are able to do nothing else. Nothing else is possible in this project. So this is what we call a critical path in every project. So you need to start with the critical path. You need to look at the project. What is the most critical path? Or most critical part of the project, if you didn't start with, other parts cannot finish. Other part, you even cannot think about it. Same when I told you that the MySQL database is a very important part of your project. If you didn't start with it, nothing else can be built on top. Okay?
Okay.
Did you catch anything from what I said?
Yeah.
Okay. If you would like to hear my advice, this is far away from programming. I think Lotus, never mind. You start with this project, start with this function first, okay?
All right.
Did you start, dear?
Yeah, I'm starting.
Okay, are you able to, do you need the screen or you are able to share your code?
No, I'll be able to share my code.
Okay, please.
But it's not yet finished.
Okay, I mean, you don't need to really think about entering uh, those here first. You can just pass them. You can show me first how you can call this from here. Just write the function name here and pass it 3 numbers. No need to ask the user to enter the 3 numbers. It's okay, totally fine. 7, 10, 4.
Okay.
Okay, so before we start thinking about programming, I would say that you logically need to think first. You have 7 and you have 10. This is num1 and this is num2, right?
Hmm.
Are you able to know which one is bigger?
10.
Yeah, okay, that's good. How you know that 10 is bigger than 7?
Because it is a double digit.
Okay, that is for you as a human, but if we would like to put that in a condition that the computer can understand, are we able to say
Is
10
num2
is
is,
bigger than 7, like that?
yeah, 107.
So okay, good. Are we able to make it in a normal generic way that we can say num1 is smaller than num2? Are we able to put it in this way? Is that same like this?
Yeah, same as that.
Okay, so it means that when you want to know which number is bigger, you need to start to do this kind of method. And if you want to know if and num2 and num3, which one is bigger, so in this case, as we said, num2, you pass it 10, here it's 4. So typically 10 is bigger than 4, right?
Yeah.
So I would like to test, is num2 bigger than num3?
Yeah, num2 is bigger than num3.
Okay. So I would like to put if conditions that can tell me. Now, if really num1 is the biggest or no.
Num1 is bigger than num3. Yeah.
Num1 is bigger than num3. Num1 here is 7. Right? So we need to maybe we need to know first from here which one is bigger. And based on that, based on what is appearing to me here, I will compare it to num1. So, or even to num2. So you need to get whatever bigger here and whatever bigger here, and then you compare them together to be able to reach the top number. So if num2 is bigger than num1, which is, so the output here from this, we know that 10 is bigger. And if we compare num2, which is 10, is bigger than num7, which is 4, we know that num2 is bigger, right? So num2 here is bigger, and here num2 is bigger, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we would like to also check, is it num1 is bigger than num3?
Yeah, num1 is bigger than num3.
Okay, so it means that here num1 is bigger. So this, if both of those give me a number like num2, if both of them agree that num2 is bigger, it means that the highest number is num2. And then the second number based on this result is num2, num1. And then num3 is the last. So I managed to arrange the highest and the biggest based on what? Based on maybe a sequence of if statements.
Yeah, sequence of if statement. Okay, I just have to compare. So two numbers, right?
Yes.
So that means if uh, entry it's supposedly in this decreasing order, right? The question.
Yes, yes, yes. It is a decreasing order, yes.
Mhm. Right, I think I'm done. You like this?
Did you manage to get now the highest and the lowest? You just printed, it's supposed to be from the smallest to the,
Or the smallest,
yes, from
or the
descending order, yeah,
is it ascending or descending?
descending.
This isn't descending from big to small.
From small to big. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry, sorry. Let me confirm, please. Give me a second. Sorry, I truly apologize. Let me see here. Descending. Yeah, 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 yeah. You're correct. That's three numbers in descending order. Yeah, decreasing order. Yeah, yeah. You're correct. Actually, you are correct. But now, can you please change the numbers, please? Can you change the arrangement of the numbers?
Okay, just arrangement. Um, um, what- oh, you didn't read the first number.
Okay. Can you change it again? Can you put? Can you give it 1 to 3?
No, you can only give 2, 3, but it's
So it,
still wrong.
yes.
Still
So
the
it
wrong.
it means that here that your code is not functioning properly. Your code is not functioning properly. It need more revision to be able to reach a proper code. Okay. Um, can I ask you please to actually work on a solution for that as a homework?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so now you know that you have two homeworks, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I know it's getting tougher, but okay. Try your best as much as you can to try to finish the two homeworks, this one and the other one related to your web project, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, and then see you next class.
All right, see you
Yeah,
next class.
okay, wait. I sorry, I didn't tell you what you should take. To be able to get, I think you already know that 100 plus is one of the things that reduce fever, but then the one that we tried and is really worked very well is uh, you know Lotus, right? You go to Lotus. You even can order it online, I believe.
Lotus, is Lotus the
Tesco.
supermarket?
Yes, the Tesco.
Uh,
Previously, it's called Tesco before they sell it to Lotus.
okay, all right.
So they have a product that you can, even when you can order it online through lotus.com. It is called green tea with lemongrass. It's like a tea, but it is combination of green tea with lemongrass. That combination, it is like just simple packet of, I think, 20 packets, if or maybe 12 packets, I cannot remember. So this, if you keep drinking it, maybe 4 or 5 cups in the next coming 3 days. On the first day, you will keep drinking, you will notice nothing. The improvement only happens when you sleep and sweat during your sleep. So you will find that it worked very well for us without a single piece of medicine if we have sore throat or we have coughing. So that will reduce that in just 3 days. At least you need to take 5 cups of that drink a day. The packet, I believe, the last time I purchased it, it ranged between 12 ringgit to 18 ringgit. If you cannot find it in Lotus, because I believe people start to have a demand on it, you go and search for it on Shopee. Sometimes you find it on Shopee. I know that on Shopee it will take some time. If you are able to get it and request it on Lotus, you will get it on the second day. Okay. So my advice is to use that. I will try to send even the packet how it looks like for you, but then you have to do some effort and search for it on Lotus and Shopee. Okay.
Is it, oh, it's called tea with lemongrass, right?
Green tea with lemongrass. Green must be green tea with lemongrass. Okay.
Green tea.
And the actually the brand they use it's called Delma. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that or not, but give me a second, please. Give me a second. I will just.
No,
Um,
I actually found it in in Shopee.
you find it already? Yes, but
Yeah,
but the problem is if you find it on Shopee, it will take 1 or 2 days to reach you. The fastest would be Lotus. Um,
yeah, yeah. Right now I'm in Malacca. Malacca, I think, doesn't have Lotus here, except
ah,
my then. If I was back in Shalam, yeah, maybe I can go get it. But right
oh,
now,
okay, no problem. Then yes, yeah, find a way just to get it either on Lazada or Shopee or whatever. Just make sure that you get it. Believe me, that has a very strong effect. So even when my child go far away in a boarding school, far away from us, sometimes it's very hard for him to go outside for even to see a doctor. So I equip him with that kind of drink, a packet of that drink, and it really works for him. Okay, so yeah, best recovery. See you next
all
class.
right, see you.
Bye bye.
Bye.